How do you guys prepare for this game one if you're not going to have Luka on Saturday?
I mean, I think the preparation right now, we're going through game plan for Utah, right? So knowing their tendencies, their personnel, I don't think that changes necessarily whether Luka's out or not. And then how we approach the offense, we'll probably get into later in the week.
What would change? Your role change? How would that change based on what he's there?
Oh, I mean, in a couple of games that he hasn't played and I've been in there, just my usage goes way up. Just try to continue to make plays, be aggressive, but just understand that, it's probably 30 pick and rolls versus like 10.
Yeah. What is your optimism that he'll be out there on Saturday?
I mean, I haven't gotten any indication that he won't be. So, I mean, I'm preparing as if he will be. Shoot, Jay Kidd just gave y'all the update, right? So I don't know. They really haven't told us nothing. So they haven't said be ready. It's just been rolling.
Coach said that his spirits have been up. Just what have your interactions been with him like? How do his spirits seem to you?
Seems solid to me. So, I mean, don't seem like a guy that's gonna miss too much time, if any.
If he isn't available, how much will you try to yourself sort of take on that load of scoring and everything else?
Well, I mean, it's a team game. I think obviously everybody gets more possessions, of course. I mean, I'll probably approach it similarly to when I approached it when he wasn't playing before. I know my usage will be up, like I said, but it's a team effort. I don't expect to shoulder the load completely.
Are you referring to the Sacramento game? I think he had 38 that game or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3 games right he missed that I played, something like that. So.
How does postseason basketball change over the course of the series from a strategic aspect in your view?
Well, every series is different. I mean, but when you are in a series, obviously there's adjustments. You're locked in on one team, one squad, and it's just a lot more focused, a lot more nuanced than the 82-game season where you got to go from this city to that city. And, you get your prep in, but it's just not nearly as focused. This is probably more akin to like a football schedule, right, where we get a whole week to prep for one team.
What's your thought on the Jazz backcourt, specifically Donovan?
I mean, obviously, high-scoring guard, all-star, capable to beat you from all 3 levels and like strong fouls. Conley, great vet, shooting the 3 very well this year, 41%. I mean, obviously he can use both hands effectively.
Home court advantage is something this team hasn't had since they won the title a while ago. Just how much are you guys, as a group, just ready to get after it and start a new season and just coming off of the regular season that you guys put together?
Oh, I mean, I've been to several spots. Like this the best crowd I've been a part of. I know we sell out most of our games, at least. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been here is what I've noticed. So having home court advantage and the boost that the fans can give us is huge.
If there is no Luka, what kind of rallying cry is there? How much does that maybe help the rest of you guys come together as a group to, hey, we're going to go win one, so that he comes back into a good situation, whether it's for game 2 or game 3 or whatever it may be?
I don't think it's a rallying cry. I mean, we want to win. You know what I mean? So we all know our assignment, whether he's in or whether he's out, and we got to go out there and execute it. You know what I mean? You don't lose a player of that caliber and get better, obviously, but we feel like we have enough on this roster to win games. So, there is no rallying cry. It's all about, winning game 1 and progressing in the series.
Do you have a different sort of appreciation for this opportunity, given that early February it looked like you weren't going to be heading to the playoffs?
Oh, of course. Especially at this stage of my career, being in my late 20s, like you want to play meaningful basketball. Like you don't want to be at home or in Cabo right now.
What sort of problems do the Jazz present overall, other than their backcourt, just a team?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What sort of problems do Utah present overall?
Oh. I mean, you just look down the roster, right? They have very good defenders in Royce O'Neal and Daniel House Jr. They have a phenomenal defender, Rudy Gobert, right? Length at the rim, able to block shots. Hassan Whiteside as well. He was a max player for the Heat, blocking shots and doing that. So they have lineup consistency there. Then, like I said, Donovan is high scoring. Mike Conley is shooting it great. And then, you have a lot of spot-up capability with Bojan. So they're a pretty complete team. It's on us to attack their deficiencies and try to go win some games.
It seems like they've struggled a little bit lately. They've given up a bunch of fourth-quarter leads. It seems like there's some, I don't know if you'd call it infighting, but there's some frustrations, it seems anyway, within their roster. Is that something you guys are aware of? Is that something that you guys can I don't know, capitalize on, perhaps?
As far as infighting goes, I'm not in that locker room, and I've been a part of locker rooms where things have been said in the media and they weren't true. I've been part of locker rooms where things have been said in the media and it's actually been downplayed because it was way worse, right? Like, so I have no idea what's going on with them from that respect, and I can't speak to it. I have no knowledge of it. The season ebbs and flows, right? So if they're blowing leads right now, it could just be a lull in their season, and they could be getting ready to get the ship right. So we can't take them lightly at all. I mean, obviously, like I just spoke about in terms of their talent, they're a very complete team, very complete roster. Like, you've got guys throughout their roster that know their roles, can do things at a high level. I mean, Conley at one point was an all-star, right? Donovan Mitchell is an all-star, Gobert an all-star. Clarkson, the Sixth Man of the Year race every year. Bogdan is Atlanta. Yeah. No, I played with him, so I should know this, but we just called him Bogey. So sorry, Bogey. My bad. I'll see you soon. So I mean, they've got capable players up and down the roster that can go off for 30 at any moment in time. So you gotta be serious.
So which situations were way worse than the media said?
Y'all funny. I mean, you gotta remember, I've been in the league 8 years. I've seen a lot of things, man. So it doesn't mean that it happened recently at all. So I've seen a ton of things. 8 years, league's like dog years, man. Like, I might as well have lived 50 human years, man, for real.
Like you said, you've been in the league for a little bit. In terms of the chemistry with this group, where does that rank? I mean, you guys seem to just be a really cohesive group.
Oh, top tier. I mean, and not to gas them up, but I think a lot of credit to that goes to Theo and JD. I mean, and I say that just because, like, probably the other best roster that I was on in terms of, like, chemistry and stuff had Theo and JD on it. So, those are common elements. You could feel their personality be infectious towards the group. And they've been like that all season, right? So what I've stepped into has been amazing.
I know you weren't here,
for a
obviously.
championship. What excites you most about this time of the year, knowing that you have a chance to compete with these guys going forward for the rest of the season?
Well, it's kind of a trick question, right? Like, I mean, the goal is to win a championship, right? So that is, like, what's exciting about it. It's not just, going out there and playing hard. I mean, I guess I could say, like, having my son at the games and things like that, creating memories, right, that last a lifetime. But other than that, I mean, the objective is to win. Oh, nah, he don't understand. You got to remember, last time I was in any big game situations, he was 1, right? So he didn't understand then, and then obviously having the year off when I was hurt while he was 2, now he's 3. Like, he's just now understanding, like, hey, like, we better win this game, man. I might be a little upset if we don't, so don't ask for no candy. Oh, of course. Like, since the beginning, like, I've tried to speak to him as if he was, a human being. I didn't do much baby talk. It's not something that I believe in. And I think his vocabulary is pretty expansive for a 3 going on 4-year-old. And he's very expressive with his words, emotions, all that stuff. And I think it's a credit to, well, obviously not just me, his mom, extended family, grandparents, etc. But that was kind of the precedent and the standard that I want to set for my child.
What's his name?
Elijah. Elijah Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Sorry. Oh, for sure. Except Lucas has got to be a little more demonstrative. His might be a little more pouty. So, he might stamp his foot and pout a little bit, but he's 3, so.
How do you view Rudy's role defensively in the Utah system, and do you anticipate that it may be something you may need to get him on switches just to pull him away from the rim and attack him in isolation that way, depending on how they play?
I think on offense we're going to play our game and react to whatever they do, whether it's switch or play, the deep drop, which is usually what they're most comfortable with. I think Rudy provides a great catch-all for their system. I know it allows their guards to pressure, knowing that they have a great back line there with him, his ability to block shots and stuff like that. If they do switch, then obviously, I'm not going to post Rudy up. Like that. I'll take him out where I'm more comfortable. That's probably the smarter decision. But, he's a phenomenal defender, of course.
You haven't been around from day one of Jason being here, but what have been your impressions of him? Is there any one specific illustration of what you think he does for this club?
I think being a player's coach, he understands, like, the seat that we're sitting in. I think he encourages us to talk and have opinions and get feedback and make adjustments from there. Overall, obviously, we know he's one of the best point guards in the game, and so it's been a pleasure to be able to learn from him.
if Luka doesn't play, you take it upon yourself to go ahead and pick up the technical just to get your point across?
The only reason I say no is because they probably won't let me get my point across in the same manner that he does before I get the tech. Remember, I got a tech before by saying, "What was that?" Boom, and I sat there and said, "Wait, hey, I hear All-Stars cuss y'all out all the time. What you doing?" So it is what it is. I'd rather keep the money in my pocket, but I'll be vocal enough on that aspect of things.
Do you know how many techs you get in the playoffs before suspension?
Nah, let me know.
7.
Oh, I ain't gonna get close to 7. I got a good 4 for you.
Luka's 6.
Yeah, they shoot. They better. I got 4 for you. Don't let us be up by like 15. You're gonna get it. No problem.